Hi! Let me back that up.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. My name is Jen Ponton. I use she and her pronouns, and I identify as queer. This is relatively early in my journey. This past year, honestly, was really when I started realizing that they weren't just thoughts. It was becoming a distinct part of me. I was talking to another non-binary queer friend, and I was saying, you know, I don't know who I am now. And they said to me, no, you finally get to be the person that you really are. And how exciting is that? That you're greeting the world with all of your potential and all of your possibilities, and it's as though a part of your heart has been locked away. And now it gets to be free, and you get to share that much more of yourself. It feels like all of a sudden I've taken the preconceived lid off of who I felt I was allowed to be, and now I'm inhabiting all that I really am. Not only am I a survivor of an eating disorder, but also I occupy a fat body. I am a fat liberation activist. I'm a fat acceptance activist. I'm a believer in health at every size. The tenets of fat liberation are really all about, no matter how morally repugnant you find my body, I am entitled to the same rights of every other white, cis, het, thin, able-bodied person. I sort of had fat queer godmothers all around me, showing me what life could be if I wasn't poisoning my mind constantly, or being poisoned constantly by diet culture and toxic masculinity. The many ways that representation in mainstream media has failed us has resulted in things like fat people being denied health insurance, or fat people being paid less or less likely to be hired for jobs. When we don't have almost any fat female leads on TV, that's a problem. When we don't have major queer representation in stories that end any other way than in heartbreak or death, that's a problem. When we start to see what is actually in the world reflected on our screens, in our homes, and at movie theaters, and on stage, when we start to see that reality reflected, that changes what we want in life. It changes what feels aspirational or feels worthy of celebration or being seen or heard. I think body image is the relationship that you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually have with the body that you inhabit. I had disordered eating from the time I was about 11 through the time I was about 24. And 24 is when I found all my fat femme godmothers, and I was like, oh, there is another way, and you can teach me. And that was like, that was enough positive input to start reversing the engines of everything that I had just been brainwashed to believe for 24 years. Custodianship of my body image has been one of the greatest lessons of my life. It has given me the perspective to fuel what I want to do with the rest of my life, which is to teach all kinds of bodies that refuse to conform to whatever we want them to be, whether that's in terms of size or color or gender or identity or ability, all kinds of bodies, to know that they are perfect exactly as they are and that they are worthy. Kids give me so much hope. I feel like they have a sense of themselves, a sense of acceptance, and embracing the giant expanse, certainly of queerness. The future that was promised to us and taken away from us, they're like freshly graduated and full of hope, and all of a sudden everything is on fire. And I think that that leads to a little bit of a, you know what? If you guys are going to ruin this for us, we're gonna build from the ground up. And so I honestly feel a lot of hope and inspiration by young, marginalized folks of all identities.